My name's Tony Russell and I've been involved in horticulture and forestry. I trained in almost 40 years ago now and worked in a variety of places around the UK in gardens. And in the last 20 years, my time has been spent between a little bit of consultancy work, a little bit of writing, a little bit of broadcasting and leading groups around gardens, which I'm very honoured and privileged to have the opportunity to do. What I really love about working for travel editions is the fact that they listen. Quite often you'll see companies that will say, we need to put mooring. We need to have 3 gardens per day, or sometimes even 4 gardens per day, because they think that will help sell it, where in actual fact less is definitely more with gardens. We'll take our time. Normally when we're in a garden, I'll go round and do a little introductory tour, show people some of the real highlights of those gardens, but we always then allow time for people just to have free time to maybe just sit and admire the gardens that are around them, or go back and explore some of the things in more detail that we've just been to have a look at. At this moment we're in a lovely garden in Cheshire. This is RHS Bridgewater. We are blessed in Britain in having so many wonderful gardens. Wherever you go, there's wonderful gardens to visit. So we'll choose a certain area. It can be the Cotswolds, it might be Kent, it might be Lincolnshire, and we can very quickly put an itinerary together of great gardens for people to visit, as on this one here in Cheshire. But the key to a good itinerary is that the gardens need to be diverse. You don't want to be visiting 7, 8 gardens which all look the same, have the same themes, are from the same period in history. So each day we'll try and do a garden which is very different in the afternoon to the one we did in the morning. So over the course of 4 days or 5 days, you'll see gardens which represent almost every period in garden history. Some will be private gardens, some will be public gardens, some will be organic gardens. So it's a real mix, so people have the opportunity of really immersing themselves in some of the great gardens that we have within Britain. Within my groups, you'll have people that are real horticulturists. They like to have a lot of botanical knowledge, and I'll go to whatever depth they want of knowledge. But there are others that are on the tour that just like wandering around pretty gardens. I think the key to a successful tour is ensuring that everyone gets what they want from that tour. So not only am I talking about the plants, I'm talking about anecdotes relating to those plants as well. And you may have no interest in plants whatsoever, but when you're told, well, this plant is what produces aspirin, which gets rid of your headache, or this plant was introduced from a hillside in the Himalayas in 1822, and this is how it came to be in Britain in the first place. Those things, I think, touch everybody. And I'm passionate about gardens of the past, but also gardens of the future. Where will gardening be in 50 years' time? And this garden here at Bridgewater is a perfect example of that. It's showing what gardens will be like with climate change and so on in the future. So I just love the fact that it's almost a moving target, really. It's always changing. There's always problems, whether it's snow in winter, frost, or heavy rain as we've had this year. Gardens will always change. They'll always be dynamic. And I think that's the thing I love most about them.